Hello, 8th grade math students. Mr. Koenig. Welcome to your first lesson of the year. This is section 1.1.1. Yay, congratulations, you're in 8th grade. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the objective for today, what you're all about to learn here, and then show you a little bit about how to go about achieving that objective. Okay, so what we want to accomplish today is to be able to look at a graph and interpret data points that are on it. If you're looking at the screen right now, I guarantee you're thinking, wow, that's a graph. Okay, that's the basics. You're also thinking, oh, there's some data points. See these little green dots? Those are called data points. All right, so all we're really working on today is being able to interpret data points that we see on a graph. And you can notice essentially a graph is just two number lines that come together. We got one on the horizontal axis. In this case, we got the x-axis being age. That's the variable. There's an important vocabulary word. The variable for the x-axis is age. If you look at the y-axis, the variable for the y-axis is height in feet. Okay? So all we're looking at right here is the relationship between someone's age and their height as given in feet. Okay? So a data point in general tells you two different pieces of information. The x piece of information, age. The y piece of information, height in feet. Okay, notice I entered some values here. Let's just go take a look at some of data points. So right here, our first data point, you'll notice that the ordered pair is in a group or in a parenthesis. The first number you see is a 0. The first number in an ordered pair is always associated with the x-axis variable or the horizontal. So that's age 0 at birth. Then you got this comma. And you got 1.75. I actually entered it as 1 9/12 because we're dealing with feet. Notice that Desmos, when it graphs, will convert it to a decimal. All right. So at birth, age 0, we would expect on average that a baby would be 1 foot 9 inches. And then obviously, as I said, Desmos converted that to a decimal. So 1.75 feet. Okay, and you can kind of keep clicking through. That's one thing about Desmos. You can click on each data point, and it will tell you exactly what information you are looking to get, right? So I just clicked on two different data points there. You will see that they have the same X value. That means that it's two different people, both age 5. Notice... you see the first X, the first number is a 5. That means they're the same age, same X variable. Notice the height difference. So we got two different 5-year-olds heights, one shorter, one's taller. All right, so you can see the numbers there. I don't need to read everything for you. You can fill in the blanks a little bit. At this point, what I want you to do, pause the video, talk with your class a little bit about this data point. This one I didn't click on up here. What does that represent? Okay, we're back from our little discussion now. Thanks for talking with your teacher about that last data point. Now we're going to be on the application part. You apply this a little bit. So here's the problem for today, 1-2. Suppose the graph below, so what I'm talking about below right here, represents information about 4 different people in this class. Could be whoever, it doesn't matter. But what could the graph be about? Decide what the x-axis and y-axis could represent, then explain each data point, A, B, C, and D. Importantly, be prepared to show and explain your explanations. So why did you say the x-axis is age? Why did you say the y-axis is height? Okay, don't use those. That's the one I showed you an example, but I'm just telling you. Remember, variables are just something that changes. That's all a variable is. There's going to be a lot of variables this year. Okay, so think about things that might change. Again, I just grounding ourselves in the video. I talked about age and height. Don't pick age and height. All right. So we're going to give you a little time to complete this portion right here. The x-axis could represent the variable blank. The y-axis could represent the variable blank. You fill those in. And then talk a little bit about each point. Given whatever you decide for the x-axis and the y-axis, what does point A mean? What does point A mean? B, C, D, etc. Okay, we'll give you some time, and then ask that several of you, or whoever wants to, or however your teacher decides to do that sharing portion, shares what they came up with and explains a little bit about how they came up with it and why they came up with it. So good luck on this, and we can't wait to see what you come up with.